The BBC had never done a bigger television broadcast or one with greater significance for the monarchy and for television itself. The pomp and ceremony inside Westminster Abbey were extraordinary. Most people had never seen anything like it, even in black and white.
There you are, Tim. Look, you've got that awful Union Jack outfit on and those silly little hats. I don't know who...
In Newhouse Crescent, Watford, the whole street gathered to watch the coronation broadcast. Nearly 40 people clustered round a single set, among them Carol Irving and her brother Tim.
It was the fact that you could see it, you know, and it was quite unusual to see that sort of thing in those days.
And to bring it into your home, really, you know.
The man in charge of the television coverage was Peter Dimmock, literally calling the shots from a temporary control room.
Well, this was the very beginning.
Today, at the age of 92, he recalls they'd had to lobby intensely for permission. The Archbishop of Canterbury had been opposed to the very idea of letting the cameras in. And the broadcast stretched the BBC's resources to the limit. Every outside broadcast camera was pressed into service.
Most of it was pre-war equipment, and it was always breaking down because it only had 300 feet of cable to the camera from the control van, and if it rained, nearly always broke down. But on the day, I don't know whether somebody out there was looking after us, but nothing broke down, and it was raining.
In the Abbey itself, there was very little space to squeeze in the BBC's cumbersome cameras, just 5 of them. The smallest cameraman, in his morning suit and medals, was wedged in next to the orchestra. The camera was up here in the organ loft above the choir screen because it's from up here that you get the best possible view of what they called the Coronation Theatre, the central area of the Abbey where the coronation service took place.
Our Queen starts on her journey from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey.
In 1953, Sylvia Peters was a young continuity announcer. Now she's recorded the introduction to a digitally remastered version of the coronation coverage.
I only received the script the night before.
Oh, yes, we felt it was history. We were making history, really. And it was wonderful to be able to see a coronation because nobody had ever seen the actual crowning of a monarch before.
Much of the broadcast success was down to the commentator in the Abbey, Richard Dimbleby, at his sonorous best at the end of the service. The Queen left to the strains of Elgar's Land of Hope and Glory, music suggested by the BBC, and Dimbleby's rhetoric soared like the Abbey's Gothic architecture.
But never before have so many seen the crowning of the sovereign, or so many shared in her dedication in this Abbey Church, which in its changing forms has sheltered the crowning of our kings and queens.